Hello again, hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Let's get back into this. CPL, Canadian Premier League, is what we're talking about. But before we get there, just a quick note. Friday night, we've got a massive show coming up. That's about Wrexham, the racecourse grounds, greatest games. You want to check that out. It's a lot of journalistic information in there and a lot of fun as well. And some of the stuff you'll see, you're only going to see there and only going to hear there. And that's a great history about Wrexham, the racecourse grounds, greatest ever games in history going back many years. But this is a CPL show, as you know. Quickly, last weekend's games, I tell you, things did go to plan if you really think about it. Forge taking out Valor 3-2, Cavalry 2-2 with Wanderers. Yes, both teams drawing 5 games now. Vancouver FC getting shellacked. Atletico Ottawa 5-0 at home, and that was Vancouver at home. Where was the crowd? Where was the crowd? Nobody there? Even the home end looked empty. The home opener, they're saying 6,000. Get out of town. There's never 6,000 there. But Willoughby Stadium, it looked empty. Even the home end. A fraction of the people that were there on that game, that place was filled. And I'm talking the home end only. That was filled pretty much to about 80% capacity. It looked like 20% against Atletico. And that was at the start and the end of the game. Anyway, no crowd. They lose 5-0. Bit of a change from what they've had so far. And then Pacific FC taking out York United. I watched all these games, by the way. Pacific FC taking out York United. It was a 4-1 game when you reflect on it, and it could have been worse. And looking into the next round of games quickly before we go to the table, Forge taking on Vancouver FC. I think Forge is in for 3 points there. Wanderers taking on York United. This is the time for the Wanderers to get some points. Halifax, this is your time to end the draw streak and get a win and take out York United. It only needs to be 1-0. You only need 1 goal. And if you get scored on, you need 2. But I'm thinking there's a win on the road here, or the win on the card here, I should say, for the Wanderers against York United. Then it's Valor taking on Pacific. That could go either way. You think Valor FC should be taking another win there? Possibly so, but don't write out this being a draw. It could well be. And then finally, on Sunday, Atletico taking on Cavalry at Spruce Meadows ATCO Field. I'd be wary, Cavalry fans. I think this is a possibility for a loss at home. I'm not bringing doom and gloom, but when you look at the form and the way the guys are putting the ball in the back of the net for Atletico, it's going to take a masterous game by Cavalry, an absolute brave game by every player on the Cavalry team to get the 3 points. There possibly is a chance that they can get it done, but again, I got to say, this has the makings of being a black eye for Cavalry FC at home to Atletico. Now, looking at the table, Forge on top, 11 points in first, Pacific in second with 10, Valor and Atletico third and fourth, Valor on 6, Atletico on 5th, as are Vancouver, Cavalry and Wanderers in 7. Bottom of the table, York United, CSB's York United, bottom of the table, 1 win, 4 losses. Now coming up, 4 interviews from the post-game between Cavalry FC and Halifax United. Hear from Mohamed Omar first. Great guy. Talked to Omar before the press conference on the field. Super nice guy. Then Patrice GHEISAR, the coach. You're going to hear from Patrice. And then MAYAR BEVAN, goal scorer from Cavalry FC. And then finally Tommy Wheeldon Jr. from Cavalry FC, the coach. Take a listen.
Take me through the game. Take me through the season so far, because you're in a similar situation as the Cavalry FC right now, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I'll speak first on the match today. Definitely a frustrating one. I mean, I thought we started the game well. We came into this match knowing all of our roles and responsibilities. Our coaching staff laid out the plan for the match, and I mean, I thought we were executing it pretty well. And then, you know, obviously we went a goal down, but I'm so proud of this group, being resilient and just showing a level of fight that is what you need in this league to get results. And I mean, to get 2 goals in such quick succession like that really set the tone for the second half. And I mean, I'm not going to speak on the incident in the second half, but definitely frustrating as a player. But, you know, I'm really proud of this group, and I'm proud of the way we responded, because playing away at Cavalry is not an easy task. I mean, they're a good side. So that's that. And then overall on the season, I mean, as you can see, Cavalry and Halifax, we both have 5 draws now. So that's obviously frustrating, still searching for our first win. But I mean, a performance like today, that's what you need in this league to get wins. And, you know, we're just going to keep at it. When we get back to Halifax, we're going to keep training. We're going to keep doing what we need to do. And, you know, we have so much belief in this group and so much belief in this coaching staff that, you know, once we get that first win, we're really going to get the ball rolling.
Do you find that sometimes you say 5 draws opening up the season, just like Cavalry FC, does that ever get to play on your mind of a night before you're thinking about the next game, or would you just say, we're going out for the win, total positive, that's where we're at?
No, I don't think it plays on any of our minds. I mean, at the end of the day, each game, it presents its own challenge. Once the game is over, like it's over right now, we'll regroup, we'll learn from it, but then all of our focus shifts on to the next match. And I mean, we'll obviously learn from it. I mean, I thought plenty of guys on this team today had unbelievable performances, and we're so proud of the guys. And, you know, the travel in this league obviously isn't easy. So we'll regroup, go back to Halifax, and take it one game at a time.
Talking about the referee today, nobody ever likes to talk about the referee, but I'm going to start with that one for you first of all. I personally think he was on his game. What do you think about the referee today on the game?
We have been warned about this, and I'm not going to give myself...
I don't want to put you in any hot water.
So I will say this. I have to see the plays. Obviously, from my opinion, I'm always going to defend my team, right? We're always going to say we're all innocent. So I just have to see the replay to see it. But he did have a decision that had an outcome in the game. And anytime you do that, you leave scratching your head. And I'm sure if it was the other way, Tommy would have probably said the same. So I would say all around, he did great. I have to see the replay. Right now, I'm full of emotions to say things that are probably not appropriate. So I'll leave that and say, we'll take a look at it and we'll go. And it's us. It's never about the ref. We take care of the things. We don't let that cross come in, and it doesn't happen. So,
taking the point from Cavalry, which I believe is a good point on the road.
Very good.
It's not just picking up the point. You really earned a point here.
We did.
Moving forward, does that make you a stronger team? Getting that point on the road, moving forward.
So if you look at historically, Halifax has struggled here, and they've struggled against Forge, and they've struggled against Ottawa last year. We took a total of 0 points from those two teams. We've been able to get a point from Ottawa on the road, Forge on the road, Calgary on the road. We were at Winnipeg last week, we're at Calgary this week. We haven't been home for quite some time. So, you know, we'll take these points because it all adds up. And if you look at the league, it's crazy how close it is. You know, if either of us get that win, we're like in third place. So for me, if I'm going to go back to you, I say it's a point earned for sure. And on the road, back to back, we lost a day of training. So it's an important point. It's an important point.
And finally, once you get that first win, do you think that you're now going to go on that roll and put yourself higher up the table? Because that's what it looks like from the outside looking in.
For sure, for sure. I mean, the two things that I was starting to pull my hair about, whatever there is the 2 goals, which we got, which I was really proud of. And then the second one was having to come back and get the win. Win didn't come, but you know what? It's a 28-game season. We still are there. And again, we're undefeated. You know, I certainly don't want us to have the invincible season with 28 ties. But hopefully it'll come, and there's nothing we can do now. It's over. We'll review it tomorrow and be ready to go. And we're home next week. So it feels great not to be back traveling again. Thank you.
2 minutes doesn't define the game. 2 minutes doesn't define the season either. Talking about your season personally, you've literally come into the season as a new man, hitting the back of the net, charging the front line, holding the line, the hold-up play. You're doing the whole game. What is the major difference this year that's got you to this stage? Because you seem to be double the player this year that you were last year. And last year, you were a monster at it as well.
I mean, it was a big off-season for me, you know. It was my body. I think that was the hardest part for me, getting used to this side of the world, the turf and stuff, which hurt me a lot coming in. I was quite injury-prone last year, but honestly, it's just a belief from the gaffer who's given me belief from start to finish, said to come in and be the number 9, and I mean, I'm just trying to do as best as I can, and I've been fortunate enough to hit the back of the net a couple of times.
I know you take it game by game, and the season's game by game. Every competition is game by game. But looking at your game by game, have you set any targets for yourself personally this season?
I mean, not number targets, no. I want to be fully fit. I want to give 100% in every game that I play, and then hopefully the goals will come from that. But I mean, yeah, it's been good so far, but it can be better also. But it's not just me; it's the whole team. You know, from back to front. I think if we've been unlucky in games, I think we should be higher up the table. To be honest, we could have won a few games by now, but it's not just me. It's throughout the whole team. It's been good so far. We just need to keep going and get that win.
I think collectively, once you get the first win, you're going to be off to more wins. It's just a matter of getting that first one, and then you'll be off to the races. Not a great game, by the way.
Thank you.
Hey, Tommy, undefeated, another decent game. I mean, that wasn't easy out there, but it's coming. It's coming. Thoughts on the game?
It was a very good game. That's the sad thing about this is we're having to defend the result and not the performance. The performance has been terrific. You got a striker there that's on fire, and his calmness to take that penalty after all the shenanigans going round, to Mousie's bit of magic. Mousie's either provided or scored in every game. I thought we moved the ball around, we created opportunity, and then we had to show guts and refuse to lose. And especially if we're going to come here and teams are going to take the lead on us, we've got to make sure that we take something out of it, and we did. So I said I'm happy with the performance, but we've got work to do on defending.
I think everybody put in a massive shift from the substitutes to the starting lineup. But talk on Ali Mousie. He had a really decent game today. Showed the leadership factor in him. He showed the touch, and he showed how to get behind that defence and set people up. I mean, it was non-stop.
He's terrific, and I think he's one of, if not the best attacking wide players or central players in the league. He's entertaining. So I always think of it from a fan that you want players like that. This league has to be in a league of parity. He's the one that can slip and get an action or create something out of nothing. And I said, had it been an inch difference to the post, we're sat here with 3 points saying what a great comeback that was, but we haven't. So we'll keep hunting.
Take this and move forward with it, because I tell you what, I think that was a massive performance by the team, and moving forward I see the wins coming. Cheers, Tommy.
I agree.
So there you go, all the players and all the coaches, the highlights, the stars from the day. Yeah, you got to hear from, once again, Mohamed Omar, Patrice GHEISAR, MAYAR BEVAN and Tommy WHEELDON Jr. Coming up this weekend, 4 more games. Forge taking on Vancouver FC. Is it going to be another bad day for Vancouver FC, or are they going to shock Forge? It would be great if we got a shocker, but got to feel that Forge are going to get the win. Also, Halifax Wanderers taking on York United. I'm predicting that this is the day that Halifax gets the first win of the season. Go for it, Halifax, York United. Get it sorted out, really, really get it sorted out. Team looks in disarray at times, but it's going to be a long season for York, I feel. Valor FC then taking on Pacific FC. Valor sitting in third, Pacific sitting in second. Could be an interesting game. Seems like it's got draw written all over it for me, but could go either way. And then Cavalry FC taking on Ottawa Atletico. I've got to tell you, this game looks like it could be a black eye for Cavalry at home unless they can sort it out in defence. We know they can do it up front with MAYAR BEVAN and the gang, but can they keep a lead? 8 times they've had the lead this season, at the Canadian Championship as well. 8 times they've lost the lead per se. Got to keep the lead to win games, and will they win against Ottawa Atletico? I've got to think Atletico's in for a good day. Might be a very interesting game. Anyway, got more coming. Keep it here, keep it clear. Remember, like, subscribe and like, and enjoy the Ultimate Soccer Show. We enjoy you being there, and please pass it around to as many CPL fans as you can. Next video, I should say, I am on cam. See you then, guys. Have a great day.